Yo, what's up? This is the Dark Horse. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. So basically, there's a new event on Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel. Oh, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I do apologize, but yeah, there's a new event. If you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh! Jump into this, claim the gems. Just crack on and get on with it. Basically, it's one of the most solid plays, obviously, and events. Everything's been absolutely shredded in regards to like the ban list and things like that. Theme Chronicle's probably been the most fun. I will show you a duel. Blew my mind. Was absolutely insane. Obviously, in future Master Duel videos, anything I really upload, I'm just going to go over the replays, recap them, and, you know, that way these videos are a lot more enticing and very quicker than what they were used to be. Basically, in regards to that, what you want to do is basically... Okay, there we go. So basically, you go to this, click Forbidden. So as you can see, Eldritch gone, Despion gone, Sword Soul gone, Albaz gone. Mate, literally, even Ancient Warriors, everything has been wiped. Baguska gone. Boom. Zodiac Barboa gone. Time Lords gone. If you know about these events, these cards are absolute fucking pain in the asses. You know what isn't gone? This card here, Zeus. This card is a freaking god. They refuse to touch this card, period. They don't want to touch it at all. But yeah, it's fine. But they did touch one card in particular that used to run with this deck that I'm running, Numeron. I get it. You know, OTK, very easy playoff. People would probably run it on a more frequent basis. But my god, in regards, literally, they blitzed everything, which is great. Until you go up against this deck. This is the deck that I was talking about in regards to this event. It is insane. Mayakashi basically would be able to special summon from the graveyard with it. Obviously, the card you use to synchro with it. But there's one card in particular. It gives me Duel Links vibes. They had an event years ago in regards to it. It's Soul Absorbing Bone Tower. So basically, every time a zombie type card is special summoned, or while you control a zombie card, I believe. Yeah, if you control another zombie monster, your opponent can target this card for attacks. Each time a zombie monster is special summoned, send the top two cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. You thought Runics were a deck burner. You don't understand the power of this deck. So basically, literally, I sat here for a good 15, maybe 17 minutes, yeah? And this is all this guy did. And I thought, he can't synchro summon any more monsters, can he? And then he proceeds to start to link summon, which mills my deck for another 2 more cards. If you're unfamiliar with how this works, obviously I mentioned it kind of briefly a second ago. Mayakashi can basically synchro with the monster here, which basically allows you to special summon it back to the field, which would then lead into another synchro summon, and then they went link summon into another synchro summon, activating the effect to special summon the woman back to the field, to then synchro summon into another monster, but they didn't need to at that point, because they already milled my cards. So, yeah. Other than that, that was the craziest thing. From that, I went on a 9-win streak. Blue Eyes is very beneficial in this deck. I advise, if you can build it, possibly. But there are other decks you can run. You know what I mean? And also, I would advise building a deck that you can find that's cheap. Blue Eyes is very expensive. Dark Magician is very expensive. There are expensive decks, but there's also massive cheap decks that can be used as well. Well, I say decks, cards. But basically, in regards to that, these duels went very well. In regards, there were some surrenders at the very beginning. Blue Eyes is good because you can get the special summons, you can get the normal summons, you can get the destruction. You know, you're working towards all those gem challenges to equate more gems. And then, once you've done the event, about midway, if you're new, they do drop more challenges, so you can obviously obtain those kind of rewards. Which then, once the event does end, you can start building a deck that you genuinely want to use. So it kind of gives you a step in the right direction. I personally don't run meta, but I also have had to implement it in some form ways to make these Road to Platinum challenges easier, should I say. You know, I try to keep it as pure as possible, but our last series, obviously this month, was Sacred Beasts. If you haven't been following along. And we did Road to Platinum with Sacred Beast, which I combined with Eldritch, and I also had some branded kind of plays in there. But yeah, my advice would be just look for any cheap deck you can. You know, Master Duel Meta has many decks regarding that kind of concept of things, obviously for deck profiles and stuff. So you can kind of find some really good decks on there. But yeah, in regards to that, it kind of just works. I would say it'd be better off building a cheap deck to acquire all the gems and then build a proper deck when you want to play ranked at the end of season. Anyways, let's get into this. I've been playing them in the background while I've been obviously talking for anyone who's new to Master Duel. It's been out for a year now. I think this time last year I had COVID when it first released. It's crazy. And a year flies by. But if you enjoy the content, consider liking, subscribing, and let's get into it. Right, okay, so first off, I activated Bingo Machine. I revealed Alternative. Alternative comes to the field, which destroys the monster. They activate the trap by tributing. You can obviously destroy. I play my quick play spell card to fuse into Tyrant. Tyrant comes to the field. I can now go trading, which I will drop my Jet Dragon. Jet Dragon, if you're unfamiliar and you're new, Jet Dragon, if a card is destroyed and you have a Blue Eyes in the graveyard or on the field, you can special summon it back to the field. So it's a safety net. So at the end phase of Whitestone of Ancients, you go Dragon Spirit of White, you can banish the face down spell or trap. But Infinite Impermanence activates, negating my monster's effect. And also, if it's played face down and activates, you can't activate a spell in that column. Poof, jeez. Oh man, I've never spoke so much in my life. But yeah, okay, the XE summon into their monster, activating the effect, reduce all monsters attacked by 1,000, destroying my Tyrant. Tyrant does have the ability that when it's destroyed, or it destroys a monster on the field, it can target a trap card in the graveyard. At the end of the damage step, this card battle, you can target one trap in your grave and set it. So if you run Mirror Force, I don't know, entirely up to you. You can get some quite really good cheapish cards. Relinquished Anima. I misplayed massively here because I was supposed to get rid of obviously my other Link monster and then go into Anima to be able to sap the XE monster to put it on my side of the field, but I messed it up. So Buzzsaw came out, special summon in water. He activates the effects, reducing, but I have a trap card which basically makes it unaffected by monster effect card effects and stuff. So my monster's attack still had 3,000. But even still, if it had not been destroyed, I believe it returns back to the hand. Let me just double check that for you all. Okay, so look, so target one Blue Eyes monster you control this turn. That a face-up monster is then affected by card effect, except its own. It can't be destroyed. Also, any opponent's monster battles it. At the end of battle, damage step. Yeah. Battles is destroyed at the end of the damage step. Yeah. So it had been destroyed anyway. Because we destroyed a card, we were able to special summon, obviously, Blue Eyes Jet. Blue Eyes Jet has the ability that if it's attacked upon, as you start the damage step, you can target one card your opponent controls and return it back to the hand. But yeah. So Silent on a Rat came out, basically activating its effect, targeting my Jet, overlaying it onto itself. Going into Zeus. If I didn't top deck Kaiju right now, I would have lost you to Zeus. But Kaiju was able to clear Zeus off. I don't know why they haven't banned Zeus. I really don't. But it is mind-blowing. But yeah, we destroyed the Kaiju, activating Jet, special summon Jet. Jet attacks the defense position monster, main phase 2. Link summon into Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. So next turn we can go into Zure or Azor, however you want to pronounce it. And obviously they surrendered. Jet is just a safety net. If you can get a Blue Eyes to the graveyard, whether it's trade-in, whether it's Melody of Awakened Dragon, whether it's a different approach, it genuinely is worth doing that. But yeah. Oof. Jet can also be used. I believe it can be used in most decks, to be honest. But yeah. Because basically its effect is once per turn, it can only activate them while... Oh yeah, this person surrenders straight off the bat. So before we obviously continue, Blue Eyes Jet. Once per turn, it can only activate them while Blue Eyes White Dragon is in your hand, is on the field or in your graveyard, sorry. If a card on the field is destroyed by battle, a card of expression from this card. I don't think you need Blue Eyes. Oh yeah, it was on the field or in the graveyard. If a card is on the field, destroyed by battle, a card of each special summon. Sweet. Okay. For some reason, I don't know. I believe we are on to this person, T753. I'm losing track of where we're at, but yeah. It's entirely up to you what type of deck you build. I've heard, obviously, from Marco and also from... who else was it? Someone else mentioned to me there are some impressive decks. Marco did run Crusadia. He went on a 13 win streak, I believe, and then he lost 2 and then went on to a 16 win streak. Crusadia is apparently a very cheap deck in regards to building, so you potentially could learn Crusadia if you needed to. So instead of, obviously, he surrendered anyway, but basically, if you run Crusadia, you can summon a monster, link summon, and then special summon to a point where the link monster is. And then you can continuously keep linking into other monsters. So it's definitely worth looking into and potentially running if you're looking for a cheaper option. But like I said, on the Master Duel Meta website, there would be a deck profile regarding Crusadia. Or just anywhere, really. It's an event. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. It's not ranked. So basically, you can have fun, have a laugh with this kind of game mode. But I'm literally... This is all coming off the top of my head. I'm trying to feed as much information as I can. So we're dealing with Plunder. Plunder's a very good deck. There are loaner decks if you decide you want to run them. If you're fully new to the game, you do get access to, I think it's like 2,000, maybe 3,000 gems very early. I may be wrong. It's been a long time since I've created an account. But it does give you some form of opening up new packs. Because you can open up one set, craft a card. God, excuse me. You can, yeah, so you see my Blue Eyes' effect activate, return the extra deck monster back to the extra deck because it can't go back to the hand. But yeah, but if you are new to Master Duel and you do get the starter gems from obviously creating a new account or creating obviously an account for the first time, my advice would be open up a couple of packs, see what cards you get, and then try and get something. Don't spend all the gems on like the Master Duel packs kind of thing. I think they're called the Master Packs. I never purchase them. Basically, what you want to do is either open up one set of packs, which would have to be the Master Duel pack for the first one, and well, the Master Pack for the first one, and then get some cards. Be able to craft a super rare. So if you search, I don't know, let's say you're gonna build Crusadia, you search Crusadia monster, and then you craft a super rare, you obtain access to that pack. So then you can obviously invest all the gems you've got from starting the game into buying that. You know, that's if you're new to the game. So Danger Bigfoot activated, return, well, dropping Danger Bigfoot, target a face-up card. He couldn't destroy my card because Jet protects it from destruction. So yeah, from card effects. So that was an easy win. It is very it's trial and error, really. When I first started my Sacred Beast Road to Platinum series, I was awful. The deck was getting shredded. It wasn't consistent. I was getting frustrated. And then in the end, I think I went on a 7 or 8 win streak one night, and I went from gold 4, I believe, to gold 1. You know. But it's all good. And if this isn't your cup of tea, you have Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel. Alright. So, Bingo Machine activates, allowing me to bring Blue Eyes White, drop Blue Eyes White, pick up 2. At this point, you'd obviously want to, well, we went Lightning Storm, destroying us. Wait, we just watched this one. Whoops. I was literally about to say, I'm pretty sure we just watched that one. So, we're on this one. I was like, I'm pretty sure I just seen that. It's because I'm trying to get as much information out in regards to anyone who's new to playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. You know? Alright. There we go. Okay. I didn't realise that was an instant win. You will come across this, and honestly, even if you're not running any like amazing deck, there are loner decks, and situations like this do happen. Even if it takes you, I don't know, the whole event to get to where you need to be, you're still going to get free gems, which is great for obviously building a very interesting, decent deck in the future, in the long term, after the event. You know? Obviously, for me, it does take me a while to build decks. I'm at a point of a crossroads at the moment. I'm kind of looking into obviously building either a math mech, a machiner, a dinosaur deck, or a lunar light. Potentially, obviously, we're just going to see how that goes, really. Okay, so Dictator D allows me to send Blue Eyes to the graveyard. I activate Dictator D again, which allows me to discard a Blue Eyes from the hand to special summon a Blue Eyes to the field, attacking, obviously leaving this opponent with only 200 life points. I link summon into Blue Eye Spirit, because what I want to do is have some form of like negation, and also be able to bring out Azure when need. Well, I say Azure, but this guy knew he had no play. He couldn't destroy my monsters due to Jet. It's a good deck. Personally, I like this Blue Eyes deck for this event. I do. But yeah, I'm just trying to think. All I'm going to say is you're not going to win every single duel, you know. And some duels are very interesting. We did play up against a Blue Eyes player earlier, which we will get to. And my biggest advice in Master Duel: read the cards. Don't get me wrong. If you're new to the game and you made a mistake, it's cool. We all do it. This event, it don't matter. This is why we love events so much, is because you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can lose, you can throw your deck in someone's face and be like, you know, have my cards. But, you know, it's just about the gems for us, you know what I mean? Obviously, as you can see, my alternative destroyed a card on the field. Blue Eyes Jet came out. I go attack mode 25, 3000. Leaves free sandwich on 2500. I don't even know what deck he was running, actually. I can't remember. I go Melody of Awakening, drop a Blue Eyes, be able to add Blue Eyes, White, and Alternative. Activate Alternative's effect. And special summon Blue Eyes. I did go into Harbinger here, which I probably shouldn't have, but it wouldn't have made much of a difference. And I just wanted those extra special summons, really. Okay, so into the next duel. I can't remember exactly what this... I think this was the Blue Eyes. Oh, no, this is... There are going to be some decks you're genuinely going to struggle against. Obviously, everyone's told me about Crusadia being a problem. I haven't, at the moment, played against them. Probably because they're so advanced in the actual higher levels or gems or whatever. I don't know what you want to class it as. I don't think there's actually like a... I don't know. But yeah, Weather Paint is probably the worst deck I've played up against in regards to this event, because the traps and the spells give the monsters added effects, which allows them to banish themselves to play off new effects, which then will allow them to bring them back out. There is a monster, I believe it's in the banish zone, which is this, the Weather Paint to Cloud. While that's on the field, it can target 2 spell or traps in the graveyard and activate them. So it would bring back this trap card and this spell card, or any other spell card, really. But yeah, once those spell and traps are out, you have to get rid of them ASAP. And it's so hard. Like, when I watch Weather Painter, I have to play very precisely. I got very fortunate in this duel. I was extremely lucky to a point, you know. And I will show you a loss after this, because I don't like doing videos where you only see wins. So I will play... actually, Orcus was pretty tough, so I'll show you the Orcus duel after, because it was very dominant, you know, and Orcus basically relies on cards being in the graveyard to special summon and return them back to the deck, I believe. I still don't fully understand Orcus. I feel like they're a very big headbender, you know. I'm trying to obviously do it so that if you're new to this game, it doesn't sound as intimidating as what it can be. But when you get into it, it's extremely fun. Trust me. This game is, it has its moments. I do hate it sometimes, but I could never leave Master Duel. So if you're watching this and you've got this far, you're new to the channel, or you've been here for a while, I ain't never leaving Yu-Gi-Oh. It doesn't matter how many different games I play. Yu-Gi-Oh will still be on the channel. No matter how much it pisses me off. Oh. Yeah, so the field spell was activated. You can use spell and trap cards to bring out a link monster. I have infinite impermanence, which negated the link monster's effect, which basically secured my victory because he couldn't play off the effect. What his goal was to use the field spell to link summon into a new monster, then special summon the monster back for, obviously, which I spoke about earlier. The Weather Painter Cloud, which special summons, then can target 2 spell and trap cards, obviously from the graveyard. Special summon. Activate them face up back on the field. Jesus. Okay, I don't know where we were, but I have a duel here. Oh no, that one's just pure embarrassment. Basically, there's a monster that can attack multiple times when it's got equip spells on it. And to be fair, I'll show you guys it, because if you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh, this might even be a deck that you'd like. I don't know how consistent it is, but my hand bricked, and this guy got a clean sailing victory. So you probably could make it work. You know, it's a very cheap deck. You only need equip spells. So what we'll do is speed up because my turn was trash. I'll just basically drop that face down and then when I turn. But yeah, basically what you want to do, I believe his name is Mataza. So this card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Control of this face-up card cannot switch. So as you can see, we've got Bashing Shield, Axe of Despair, Noble Arms, and then Noble Arms again. Double attack for 4,300. Yeah. And secured himself a win. So, you know, it's not often you brick, but when you do, yeah, it's a hit and miss. You know, this guy here was running Blue Eyes. I wouldn't say it was bad, you know, but towards the end, he just screwed himself up in regards to how he played it. And honestly, it was very hard to watch because, you know, you're going to make mistakes, you know. Obviously, the Blue Eyes alternative came out, activated the spell, Ghost Belly, a hand trap, basically negated it. Basher then obviously activates Dictator of D, sends Blue Eyes to the graveyard, special summons Dictator of D, activates Melody of Awakening, discarding a card, adding an alternative and Jet. Alternative comes to the field by revealing Blue Eyes. Dictator of D drops Jet. Special summons Blue Eyes from graveyard. Blue Eyes alternative destroys my alternative, but I return the Dragon Lord, so it prevents it from destruction. Goes into Twin Burst Dragon. Oof. My monster got destroyed, so I can special summon Jet. Jet's ability returns it back to the extra deck. Jet's ability activates on me, returning it to the hand. Evenly matched means he gets rid of Dictator. Oof. Mate, it's a bloody tongue twister here, isn't it? So obviously I reveal my Blue Eyes, go alternative, target the Jet. He has Noble thingy, but see, this is where he kind of messed up and misplayed, because he should have clicked on the actual card and saw Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon, which would have affected me. But because I don't know if he only ran one in the deck, we'll check after. But yeah, basically you can banish one of that declared type from your main deck, and if you do, negate its effects. So he could have negated my alternative and kept his Jet on the field, but now my Jet come out and was able to attack. So the end phase came past. This is where he messed up. He top decked a Monster Reborn, yeah, had the potential to bring his own alternative back, but he decided to bring back mine. That came out, activated his effect, target is my alternative. Because Jet's on the field, it's unaffected by the alternative's effect. I activate Bingo Machine, I target 3 or 2 Blue Eyes and a fusion. It was 2 fusions and a Blue Eyes. Then I attack, return that back to my hand, activate Ultimate Fusion. Did I activate Ultimate Fusion here? Oh no, I didn't. Okay. But yeah, Alternative's effect activates, basically destroying that. Then Jet comes back to the field. Alternative destroys Jet. And then activate Fusion. We went into the big boss monster for Blue Eyes. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. And then we attack directly for 4,500. If you can get that off in your first turn, you can attack. And also you can send a monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. And then you're allowed to attack again. So it's a nice 9,000 damage straight off the bat. But yeah, it's entirely up to obviously how you want to play things. We'll go through obviously for the last video. Speaking of that, let me check. Was it Vasher? I think it was. I know he ran 2 alternatives, so he could have got rid of alternative, really. What's this? Fusion summon fusion monster from your extra deck using 3 or more monsters from your hand filled as fusion material. Wait, what? What was he gonna do? Go into Guardian Chimera? Okay, fair dues. But yeah, you will understand how crazy Orcust is. And if you're new, don't be intimidated by it, because I still don't even know it, and I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For years. Personally, I wouldn't say it's a bad deck, but personally, I just don't like the sitting around watching it play out. But yeah, here we go. So the field spell activates, you link summon into Almirage, and then the effect of the Orcust in the graveyard banishes, allowing to special summon, link summon into Automaton. Automaton's effect activates, special summon. Okay, not special summon. Okay, so you can return the banished card back to the deck to then set a trap card, which basically negates any spell, trap, or monster effect. Then you activate this card, which allows you to send World Legacy to the grave, banish it, to then special summon. Fucking, this is... And then Dingarusu's effect allows you to attach one of the banished, go into Masquerena. I don't really know why they went into Masquerena, though. I don't really understand that play. I can't even remember what they went. Oh, that was it. They went into the boss monster. Droll and Lockbird basically prevents you from allowing to add cards from your main deck to your hand. Orchestrator came out. The problem is, I had to bait off my Ultimate Fusion to get this card out, because my monster's effect wouldn't have applied anyway. He go to activate his effect. Let me pause it for a sec, just to get this correct. So basically, you can shuffle him into the deck, then you can send 1 link monster your opponent controls to the graveyard, which would be, my alternative would have went to the graveyard. And then he can't attack. So what I did is activate my Fusion spell, which would allow me to bring out Tyrant. Place Tyrant over here, away from the link position. I can destroy a card on the field, removing this card here. Into Anima. Anima's effect activates, allow me to swallow up his monster. I drop the Blue Eyes, bring out Dictator D. I shouldn't have. I misplayed here. I shouldn't have banished that to add Blue Eyes to the hand, because I thought you could discard Blue Eyes and then special summon the Blue Eyes you discarded, but I was wrong. So you can make mistakes in Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. And then we tap for 34, tap for 12, tap for 25, leave him with 800 life points, 900 life points. And this is where it gets crazy. This guy had 2 cards. I don't know why I put 4 up. He had 2 cards. Watch this play. Insane. If you're unfamiliar with what's going on, Dingarusu's effect activate basically removed my card. You can activate the spell card. Ryageki got picked up, destroying all monsters on the field. The effect in the graveyard banishes to then special summon. Wonder Wand, I believe it's called, banish, and then you can special summon another monster. Effect in the graveyard banished to then send a card from the deck to the graveyard. Proceed to the battle phase. Unfortunately, this is based off 1 card. Adds the field spell back to his hand, and then the field spell activates and is basically set back up again. And then I pick up Ash Blossom, which basically ruins my day. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you can't win them all. If you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh!, my advice is do this event. Whether you win or lose and it takes you all the entire event is entirely your call. But my advice would be, this probably would be the time to jump on it now. Decks are always changing. There's always a ban list. There's always stuff. Speaking of that, I can actually dismantle 2 Alubas and get my credits back. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Take care. Peace. Crossed all content every single day as well. See you later. Bye.